And welcome to the Walking Dead Maniacs. I am your host, Kevin. Joining me is Felix
What's up?
and Gina.
Hi.
We are going to be discussing The Walking Dead episode 11-9. So it starts right off where the last episode finished with the Reapers raining fire on the survivors, Maggie, Daryl, Father Gabriel, Elijah, and Negan escaping after a badass kill. Maggie runs into Negan and Elijah and renders aid to Elijah.
Yeah, they Maggie really did kick ass. I don't know if you know this, Kevin, but the Reapers, they were like mercenaries. So they didn't just kill a lot of our group. They tortured, like and later on there's going to be 3 against 1 and you're going to see what happens there. But yeah, for Maggie to get a couple of good kills in before she went in was awesome. Something you got to see. Like I was telling Kevin, this episode was just so good, especially in the action part of it.
The action part.
Go ahead, Gina.
Well, I was going to say the action part really was like on fire this episode. Like, it did not have a slow minute.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The way when it closed out to 11A, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't liking it, and not to see where they were going, especially with this episode. It really did it for me, man. I was there with a smile pretty much the whole time. Like I said, Maggie does a badass kill. She goes in, and because they used to be at the Meridian before the Reapers came and got them, she knew where all the hideouts were, where everything was, and I kind of like that they use that to their advantage, hiding in little hideouts while they're walking by and such. But
yeah, I liked the way that she knew where the things were. She told Gabriel where to go to get the gun in the episode previous to that. And it's good that she knew the layout because she was able to, at the end of the episode, that's really what saved them.
Well, back in Alexandria, the Storm and the Walkers wreak havoc, while Rosita, Diane, Linda, Jerry, Carol, Magna, Connie, Kelly, and Aaron, geez, oh my God, that's a lot of people, fight off the Walkers. Aaron realizes that Judith and Gracie are trapped in a flooded basement with the Walkers.
What I really came out is Judith, the actress that plays her. She did so good. You could tell Judith is Rick's daughter and Michonne's daughter, man.
Right.
She just takes charge. She's up in there. She's killing walkers. Gracie's, kind of is a little bit scared and intimidated, but Judith, the reason why she doesn't kick total ass is she loses. They get up like in a box area or the stairs, and it's flooding, and she loses her little katana.
Right.
So at that point, they're just standing there, and the water's just coming in because again, they're in the basement, and just everything was going to shit in the last.
Right. Episode. And Judith got in. I mean, like you were talking earlier, she's definitely Rick and Michonne's daughter, because even after she lost her katana, she was getting in some really bold kicks.
Yeah,
I mean, they weren't amateur kicks. She knew what she was doing and right where to place those kicks.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is she had some karate training.
Oh, Judith is absolutely amazing.
Being like 13 years old, 10 years old, 11, whatever. She's a great actress, man.
She is. Her emotions and the way that when she talks about Michonne now being gone, you can really feel the emotions coming through in her face. It's really, really powerful.
Back at Meridian, as the survivors start picking off the Reapers, Leah becomes infuriated.
She's upset because they have broke into a room where Daryl was fighting another one of her brothers. And when she gets there, she realizes that her brother lost the battle with Daryl, and they take off down the hall to go chase Daryl, and Daryl's actually hiding behind a board.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That's where he's hiding behind. There's a hole in the wall, and they're in a classroom at this point.
Right.
And the chalkboard's right in front, so he lets that up. Yeah, and Leah, just throw it out there. For Kevin and whoever else is really new to The Walking Dead, Leah and Daryl had something in the past.
Oh, okay.
So
before all this started, or while?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's kind of crazy.
Right. When Daryl was looking for Rick or Rick's body, he came across Leah in the woods, and they were both just solo people, on their own. And I guess they formed an attraction to each other.
Awesome. All right. Well, as Aaron frees Judith and Gracie, he realizes he's stuck in the basement. Just then, more walkers bust down the door.
Yeah, he's up in the basement, and he just, throws him through the window. But since he's really low, he's got one arm, he can't really get up there. Going back though, before he throws him out the window, that was pretty badass where it was just him and a walker underwater, and it's
right
holding the walker off, and he just like crushes. And then you could see like the brown blood, like the goo. That was pretty, I really like that scene a lot. I'm like, yeah.
Well, that brought me back to
Rick in the season 5.
Season 7, wasn't it? When they went to go get the things for Negan, and they went to that boat, and Aaron gets lost in the water.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that reminded me of.
You know what? Yeah, that's right. I thought you were going to say it's the end of season 5 when they're having that meeting, and they're having the meeting to see if they want to kick out Rick or not. And Father Gabriel left the door open, and a couple of walkers came in, and he's got that one walker, and he crushes his head and all the blood.
Yeah.
Father Gabriel runs into the Reaper's priest in the church and then proceeds to kill said priest.
Okay, this is what I was there, and I turned to my kids, and I'm like, 4 walls and a roof, and I just said that, and that was it. And I went back to it, and I was watching it, and then at the end, because I don't like talking, and when it's The Walking Dead, no one can talk.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I was like, 4 walls and a roof. And then after the episode, that makes me believe Father Gabriel's going to die in this half, because he came full circle. Don't know if you know, in the beginning, he was somewhat of a coward.
I remember, yeah. He was scared. He didn't want to kill.
Back in season 5 with Garrett, when he tells him, I'm going to kill you with that machete, and then he kills him in the church. And then Father Gabriel comes out and says, what did you do? This is a house of God.
Right.
And he's like, Maggie's like, no, it's not. It's 4 walls and a roof. That's all it is now at this point. Come to now where Father Gabriel's literally killing with a machete.
Right.
Gabriel with the machete in the house of God.
Right.
And to me, he's badass now. I mean, that one scene where he's like, call me Gabriel. I was like,
yeah, but you're right. I didn't think of that being full circle.
Yeah, that's why I think he's good. He's gonna probably not survive the season.
And up until season 10, I would have been just fine with Gabriel not making it. But now I don't want Gabriel to go anywhere.
I love what they do with their characters, like Carol's arc. Carol's arc is so. Talk about badass again, but
Carol was always one of my favorite characters in the show.
Yeah, she's one of my top favorites.
Well, as Carver hunts down Maggie, Negan and Eli get him in a pickle. It's 3 against 1, but being a mercenary, Carver gets the upper hand until Negan plays dirty. Ding ding, saves Maggie.
They're all going at it, and Carver, again, they're mercenaries, so he knows how to fight, and he's just taking them all down.
Right.
And he's got Maggie on a corner, but then Negan gets his attention. And in one of the classrooms, he came out with a bell, and he throws, I think, chalk dust in his eyes.
I think it was chalk dust, yeah.
And then he hits him over with a bell, and then he goes ding, ding.
Right.
I don't know if you saw the ending of that where Angela Kang was talking about the episode. She said that he ad-libbed that. He was like, it wasn't in the script. And
I did. I did catch
he's
that.
like,
yeah.
Ding, ding.
And it wasn't just like a schoolroom bell. It was a large, heavy, almost like a replica of the Liberty Bell. It
could have been that. Yeah.
It was a very large, heavy bell.
Well, just as Maggie is about to kill Carver, Daryl comes in and tells Maggie not to. That they can use him as trade for their lives.
Yeah, that really pissed off Elijah, because Carver is the one that
is the
killed
one
his
that killed his
sister.
sister.
So he wants, no matter what, he just wants Carver gone. But like
Right.
Daryl says, they need to take all this food back, get back home in one piece. And there's no way they can, when it's hand against hand, there's no way they can win, you know, leaving. So he's like, Leah's upset about losing a lot of her family. Let's just give her, because her and Carver's her number two.
Right.
Number two. We could just trade them off for our lives and you know, be gone.
And then at this point, Lydia saves Aaron.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't like the way they did that off screen, but yeah, they she shoots in a rope or something.
Yeah,
So
I don't
he's
understand how
able-
he got the rope wrapped around. I
The
mean,
other
he's hanging
side.
onto a sewer pipe in the top of the basement
Yeah.
for his life. I don't understand. They didn't justify it by showing how he got that rope tied off, how they got it attached for him to get out of the window through it.
Maybe that's why they didn't show it.
Maybe.
Movie
Maybe.
magic. Movie
Because I was
magic.
thinking, yeah, how'd they get that rope there? So, but at least Lydia saved him. And
Yeah.
the best part of that was when Aaron said, you know, you saved me. And she said, well, you would have done the same thing for me. And he said, I would have. And that just goes to show you Lydia's part of the group in a lot of eyes.
In a lot of ways, yeah. Lydia is the daughter of Alpha, who was the head person of the Whispers. And that was a storyline that already ended a season back. Basically, she was a mean guy, and now she's with them.
All right. Well, as Daryl and Leah make the deal, Leah double crosses him and has a sniper, Jensen, shoot at Daryl's feet.
And yeah, I mean, that was the point where you thought, oh no, you know, Leah's got the upper hand on this. Because you basically have forgot that Gabriel is up there. I mean, he killed that priest and then we don't see him again for a minute.
Yeah. To be honest with you, when I was watching that scene, I was like, wait, Father Gabriel's not in the picture. Where's Father Gabriel? Where's Father Gabriel? In my head, I was wondering where he was. But yeah, when they had, I really thought Eli was going to die here.
I did too.
Well, not caring if he dies trying, Eli goes to kill Carver to avenge his sister. Being wounded, he falls. Carver goes and kick him, and he is shot in the leg. As the camera pans, Jensen is dead, and Father Gabriel now has the rifle.
Yeah, he's right there. And then she's all, Jensen. And he's like, call me Gabriel.
There's no Jensen here.
No Jensen here. And that's another badass moment there with Father Gabriel. But yeah, Eli, again, you know, he's trying to just avenge his sister. He doesn't care if he dies at this point. He just wants to avenge her and, you know, be gone. He even tells Maggie at that point, you know, just leave me here. Leave me here. Also, it pans to Negan, and that look he gives when he knows Father Gabriel up there, he like gives this grin, and it's like, you know, he's
a
like
Negan grin, man.
Yeah, it's a Negan grin right there.
That was the sad part to me. Was just the exit that's coming here in the next few minutes in the episode. That exit was really hard for me, and I really didn't think that would bother me.
Let's see. They cut the deal that Daryl originally wanted. As the Reapers walk away, Maggie shoots and kills him from behind. Leah gets away. Maggie goes back to Carver and kills with Eli's weapon as Negan looks on.
Yeah, she's letting them go. They're going to do the kill. Daryl's like, because now, you know, again, Father Gabriel's up there with the sniper. They got the upper hand. They have the higher ground now. And she just Eli's like, what's the sister's name? Do you remember, Gina?
Jennifer?
Josephine.
Okay.
Yeah, Ian. Eli's like, Josephine, and Maggie just looking at him, and she's like, nah, I'm not gonna let this go. She busts out and caps them from behind. And then she comes back, and Eli's got like this ancient, like this old shanker. Yeah. And she grabs that, and Carver's on the ground because Father Gabriel just shot him in the leg. And with Negan in the background, she comes down and kills him.
Ooh.
And it's like it takes you back to season 7, 7-1, where
when Negan kills
Negan
Glenn.
killed Glenn. Yeah. Now
Same
Maggie's
exact
doing
pose, basically.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a tough kill too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we go. As the survivors take the food to Alexandria, Maggie goes to get Alden, who she finds is now a walker. As Maggie is done burying Alden, Negan comes to tell her he's leaving the survivor.
All right, there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, I think Alden is going to be in one of the Tales of the Walking Dead,
Okay.
because this is what another thing I told my kids. When they left him, he was there by himself. But notice when Maggie broke back
There
in
was
there,
another walker
there
there.
was another walker there. Like, where did he come from? Where
Right.
who was he? And also the door was kind of boarded shut, so something had to happen. Maggie she's burying Alden, and then Negan comes up and she goes to get her gun. But Negan's basically, he tells her, I know when the time comes, you're going to do what you need to do. So I'm going to peace out, basically.
Right.
And he
Yeah, he
takes
told
off.
her.
But this is the part you wanted to elaborate more on.
Yeah. Well, he comes and he tells her, he says, Maggie, you were going to do what you did anyways, no matter what. And I'm not waiting around for you to do that to me, promise or no promise. And so she's grabbing her gun because she thinks he's going to try to attack her. And he just tells her, he said, I'm out. I'm going to go my own way. And that was a very non-dramatic exit for Negan's character, I thought. And it did make me a little sad. I don't know, but it made me a little sad to see him, just walk away like that.
I really think he's going to come back when they need him the most. It's going to be like another Father Gabriel moment where there's no way for them to get out of the situation, and boom, Negan's going to come in and save the day.
Well, at this point, Maggie, Daryl, Elijah, and Gabriel arrive with the food for the Alexandrian.
Yeah, that was another sad moment too, because they come with all this food because again, before the storm, they were already out of food. They were going through a drought. There was just which is why the survivors went to get this food from Meridian, and all this happened. But they did lose a lot of people, doing this. So yeah, they have all this food, but there's just a couple. So it's like real somber. And even Jerry's like, where's the rest of them? Not only Alden, but there was a lot of
but Duncan and everybody. Yeah,
Jerry yells to the Alexandrians that they have company, grabbing their weapons to welcome the outsiders. Eugene comes running out yelling to the Alexandrians, stating that the Commonwealth are friends, not foe. Then Eugene lets Lance Hornsby do his sales pitch. Daryl looks at Maggie. Then it moves to 6 months later, where the Commonwealth soldiers are walking up to the hilltop. Maggie says it doesn't have to be this way. Daryl takes off his helmet and says, yes, it does.
First off, going back to a Jerry call. Well, they get there with the food and stuff, and like I said, it's a somber moment. But and then the kids come and greet the parents. RJ and Judith come to Daryl. Gracie goes. No, not Gracie. Herschel.
Lydia goes to Negan.
No, Negan's not
Negan's
there because
gone.
she asked for Negan, and Daryl's like, he's gone. And you could see she kind of, like her face because they got really close. He's the only one that understood her and helped her out. And so they're all excited. And then Daryl and Connie, he runs up
and that was wonderful.
That reminded me of when he did that with Carol in season 5, episode 1.
Yes.
When he sees Carol after they banish Carol, and she comes back and saves them. Yeah, Terminus.
Yes,
so that
wonderful.
reminded me of that. And I like the camera work too. Well, first of all, too, Father Gabriel's expression when Jerry's like, "We got company."
Right.
Boy, he just kind of like.
He just looks up and looks down like, is it never going to end?
Yeah, like there's always something. There's always something. And then, like, again, that's what makes me think, he's finally, because his full circle moment. But I love the way the camera pans from Daryl to Maggie, and then it's 6 months later and she's at the hilltop. Then the camera pans back, and then all of the Commonwealth soldiers are there. And then Daryl walks up, takes off his helmet because he's part of the Commonwealth soldiers.
Right.
Maggie's like, it doesn't have to be this way. And he's like, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And that just ended, on that cliffhanger.
When I watched it the first time, I had to watch it again. But when I watched it the first time, I was really hoping that was a dream sequence, because when you look at the Commonwealth and everything that we've seen them in, very clean cut, very military presented. And when Daryl rips that helmet off, he's still got the Daryl haircut. He doesn't have the military haircut. And I was really hoping that was, like a dream sequence or something, but it doesn't look like that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, seeing the last episode, I agree.
Yeah. And the other thing about the homecoming is, when they get there and they bring the food, Alexandria, like you said, they've been fighting the storm. They've been fighting their own personal battle there. And Alexandria's wrecked. I mean, the windmill's gone now. It's been burned. There's really nothing to come left. There's nothing to come home to in Alexandria. It's in worse shape now than it was when the Whisperers left it. And so that's why I think Maggie and her guys have gone back to Hilltop. I think it was just easier to repair Hilltop than it was Alexandria by that time.
You think they all went, or just Maggie and the Hilltoppers?
I don't know. I've been wondering, Scott is one of my favorite characters. He's always in the background. He doesn't do a whole lot, but he's one of my favorites. And I really wish that they'd bring him forward. And I've been waiting for Scott. And, when Carol and Connie and Kelly came and Aaron was outside, and he said, "Did you get the breach?" And she said, "Yeah, but there's more walkers than that. There must be another breach." Scott went to go look for it. And I thought, well, oh, yay, we didn't see him, but at least we know he's there somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I always look for him too in the background because, like you said, he's always back there. Do you know that he's actually married to
Sasha? Yes. Yeah. Sequoia Green. Yes, I love that. Yes.
What would each of you rate this episode if you on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's start with Gina. What would you rate this episode?
I would rate it at least a 9.5, if not even closer to a 10. The fight scenes, I mean, I like to watch a good fight scene. I love to watch it when, the battles are full blown. And I just really thought that everything really about this one was, the fireworks, the rockets that they were launching off, that was potent. That was unique.
Yeah, I went into the one walker and his face was glowing up as it was before it blew up.
Right.
On there.
Yeah.
It's one of the better episodes. This one, I've watched it several times, and I see myself watching it a couple more times, how much I really liked it. I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a solid 8.5.
Awesome. Well, guys, as we come to a close, I want everybody to do the YouTuber things, like, subscribe, hit that bell, get notifications when we go live or when we post new episodes. So I do believe that does it for this episode of The Walking Dead Maniac. So for Gina and Felix, I am Kevin saying, try to stay alive, everybody.
See ya.